I want to quickly talk to you about Aura versus My Data Removal versus ZeroFox. Of course, we are speaking about data removal services. And so let me first talk about Aura. Okay. So what do you think about Aura? What you will love with Aura is that you have a comprehensive tool. So of course, I want to talk about data removal, but Aura does way more than data removal. Okay, Aura actually is an all-in-one platform. It's really a sophisticated platform that gives you a holistic approach to your identity theft, to your security management, to your data security management. So that's really good. That's really great. And so with Aura, you have a lot of possibilities, especially during COVID. For instance, a couple of years ago, Aura was pretty powerful in terms of preserving the identities of multiple clients. Okay, hundreds, if not thousands of clients. So when you think about Aura, I want you to think about ease of use. I want you to think about comprehensiveness. I want you to think about an all-in-one product. I want you to think about affordability too. It's not really that expensive when you actually compare and contrast what Aura is offering versus how much they're charging you. On top of that, Aura actually allows you to protect not only your personal identity but also your family. Okay, so that's really good. So, for instance, they have a family plan, they have an individual plan, they have you have the possibility to protect your children too. So that's really good. And on top of that, Aura has up to $1 million in identity theft insurance, which is pretty great, especially if you have been a victim of a hack and you find your data on the dark web. Basically, Aura can actually compensate you up to $1 million. So that's really good. And also the fact that with Aura, that's what I was telling you a little earlier when I said you have an all-in-one service. With Aura, you don't just have a data removal service. You have a dark web monitoring. You have a crime in your name monitoring. You have credit reports. You have credit score. You have phone takeover monitoring. You have home title monitoring. You have your credit locking possibility, so you can lock your credit. You have investment accounts alerts, credit card monitoring. You have so you have a lot of stuff when it comes to Aura, the kind of services that they offer. You have activity alerts. You have data broker removal services. You have dark web monitoring. So this is really fantastic. On top of credit score tracking also. So that's really great. So what you love with Aura is the variety of services that you have through the platform. So that's really fantastic. So you also have, let me talk to you quickly about the pricing here. I want you to look on the screen here. Here is the pricing for Aura. That's what I was telling you a little earlier. This is not going to break your bank. I mean, I don't know how much your budget is, but I mean, $20 per month is not really a deal breaker. So you have a plan for families, for couples, for individuals, for kids too. So you have the ability, you are able to get things done in a granular manner. And by the way, if you have the budget, you can actually have discounts for annual billing. So Aura allows you to have discounts based on how long you want to stick with a service. For instance, if you have a price per month, it's $10. But if you go in terms of the lowest annual price, this is $156, and you have a 4-year pricing plan that's around $480. You have the lowest annual pricing plan for family is around $348, and the highest annual price for family is $468. So you have a lot of possibilities there. So the point I'm trying to make here is that basically, whether you want to really sign up your family or yourself with Aura, you have a lot of possibilities. You just have to pick and choose which service you want to really have. Okay, and you also have auto renewal options, by the way. So similar to other ID theft protection services, you must agree to an auto renewal when you sign up for Aura. An auto renewal means that Aura collects your payment information at the time of sign up and charges you automatically at the time of renewal, whether that's monthly or annually. So, and to cancel Aura, this is pretty straightforward. Nothing really complicated here. Aura makes it very easy for you to cancel. So, what are the pros and cons when it comes to Aura? The pros first. You have a nice collection of updates to the service, updated design. It's far easier to use, extremely easy to use. offers multiple self-help documents, vastly improved customer service options, highly competitive price point, that's for sure. And you have a service that uses 2FA, so two-factor authentication to protect your account's integrity. It offers also credit scores and credit reports for all three credit bureaus, so that's really good. And you have a money back guarantee. On the flip side, the price goes up quickly for couple and family plans, no direct social media account monitoring, and customer service could be a little problematic sometimes too. Let me talk to you now about my data removal. This is the second service I want to really dig a little deeper into my data removal. And when you think about my data removal, I want you to think about a service that has a more methodical approach to data removal services. In other words, basically, there's like everything happens online. You don't have a phone number to call. Customer service actually will happen after you sign up for the service. So basically, they want you to really sign up for the service right away over the website or through the app. So on the website, for instance, basically you have to sign up for a plan that meets your needs, and you will receive a discount for adding multiple people to the same account. And this is really ideal for including spouses, children. So this is kind of cool. So if you want to go with my data removal, basically you have a more sort of operational sort of model here. Okay. They want you to really start doing business right away with them. And the thing is that they don't have actually a free trial. So that's a bummer really, because, there's a risk from a customer's point of view to actually sign up for a service for which he or she has no idea really. Okay. But yeah, it is what it is. And so my data removal actually will basically, after you sign up, they will ask you for things like your physical address, your first name, last name, your phone number, your email addresses that you had for the last 5 years. 5 years, okay? And then using this information, basically my data removal will start working. And they actually have a combination of humans and algorithms to actually check the sites for your data. But one thing for sure, my data removal will check fewer than 100 sites, which is really nothing compared to others such as Aura or even Apteri that checks like 300, 400, and even 500 sites. But my data removal checks way less than that, way fewer sites. Okay. And once they find your data, they will submit a request on behalf on your behalf for your data to be removed from the websites really. So pretty straightforward process. And one thing that my data removal does is that it repeats and rinses and repeats the process. So this is really what it is. So what they do is they scan all of their covered sites for your data every single month. If even if they have already removed it from those sites, it's not uncommon for your information to actually show up on those sites again, even after you have been removed, because these sites operate by continuously finding and selling your info. So keeping your info off those sites is a challenge that will never completely go away when you think about it. So I want you to look right now on the screen. Here is the pricing for my data removal this year. Okay, you have the free scan, the standard, and the custom. Now the custom, you have to contact customer service to really discuss how they can help you. But my data removal has a service for, like, they have a standard service and then they have a business service. Okay, so the one-time scan is free. Okay, and but the standard actually has data removal from people search sites. Again, less than 100 sites, so it is not really that many. You have data removal from major data brokers, monitoring of new sites for your data, add your data to do not call and mail lists, view your exposed data, report on exposed and removed data, adding up to 5 addresses per individual, and you also have customer support. On the business account, you basically have, so I'm showing you the first screenshot when it comes to business. I'm showing you the second screenshots when it comes to business. So you can see that basically for one individual, you have the price. For 2 individuals, you have the price. For families, you have the price. So, by the way, this is not for business. This is for large groups, by the way. But for businesses, you have a much more comprehensive offer. You have data removal from people search sites, data removal from major data brokers, monitoring of new sites for your data, adding your data to do not call and mail list, viewing your exposed data, reporting on exposed and removed data. So that's really good. Adding uh, adding also unlimited addresses per individual, and also you have customer support. So this is kind. You also have a support for groups. By the way, I want to talk to you now about ZeroFox. This is the third player into this conversation I want to share with you. So let's have a conversation about ZeroFox. So when you think about ZeroFox, I want you to think about a platform that actually targets individuals, but also businesses. Okay, think about a service that provides consumers and enterprises AI-powered protection, intelligence, and disruption to really identify and dismantle external threats across the public attack surface. So really, ZeroFox is really more focused on B2B, even though they also have a B2C business model. Okay, but they really go more with AI-driven strategies. And also, when you think about ZeroFox, think about a company that was actually formed about 10 years ago, okay? But they've been kicking ass like crazy for the last 10 years, by the way. They are headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland. And so the deployment for ZeroFox happens on the cloud, by the way. So this is really good to know. And with ZeroFox, you have a series of salient features that you might like when it comes to your data security, okay? You have threat hunting on the surface, deep and dark web. You have attack disruption and dismantling, so that this is really good. You have also AI-powered threat analysis. You have brand executive and domain protection. You have protection against the phishing and BEC, and you also have unlimited takedown. So that's really good if for any reason you have data that really that harms your business reputation or your personal reputation for that matter. Basically, ZeroFox will actually work on your behalf to make sure things are taken care of. So when you think about ZeroFox, I want you to think about a company that has some sort of a military style sort of business model, like the ability to get things done. Okay, really get done. And ZeroFox has this ability to get things done in a really fast manner. But ZeroFox is not cheap, by the way. As a matter of fact, they do not publish their pricing on the website, so you have to contact ZeroFox if you want to have more information. Now, ZeroFox can cater to individuals, that's for sure, but you have to really have the budget to actually hire ZeroFox to take care of your data removal needs. Okay, and ZeroFox actually goes more granular when it comes to sites it really covers. But it doesn't have as many sites as, let's say, Aura or even Opteri, for instance. So this is, or even other players such as Hello Privacy, for that matter. It's just that ZeroFox does way more than data removal. It does reputation management. It does also the fact that it does risk management. Okay, things like domain abuse, impersonation, found credential, monitoring, and threat intelligence. So that's really the sort of a realm that ZeroFox really focuses on. Okay, and the only thing is that we would have loved to have more alerts from ZeroFox. I mean, they do all that beautiful work, blah 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 blah, but they do not communicate that often. The platform will be better off communicating actually with customers more often. That way, you are keeping customers in the loop of what's happening, okay? And it's one of those things where you have to really understand that ZeroFox also has to do a better job when it comes to onboarding. Right now, the platform is not really user-friendly. They want you to contact sales instead of creating a DIY tool. They want you to go through sales and ask questions, and they will handle things for you on the back end, as opposed to giving you a little bit of autonomy, giving customers a little bit of autonomy when it comes to customers actually cleaning their own data from the said sites. So when you think about Aura versus My Data Removal versus ZeroFox, what's the choice you should go for this year? Before I answer that question, it's important to understand that when you think about personal data removal service, you got to really ask yourself. You got to ask yourself: is the ROI in my favor? In other words, is a personal data removal service worth the money? Chances are yes. Okay, definitely yes, because personal data removal service offers a highly competitive price at as its individual tier, outperforming the majority of other ID theft protection services. So the prices for the family and couple tiers are fair too. And personal data removal service does not offer an extremely low pricing tier with a highly limited set of features, which actually is a good thing because such low priced tiers rarely are useful, while personal data removal services pricing tiers deliver a feature set that's actually a good value when you think about it. Okay, because if you have to do those, if you have to do actually do these things yourself, if you have to contact those websites and ask them to take down your data, that's a lot of work. That's really a whole lot of work, and you only have 24 hours in a day. And but that work actually is way more than 24 hours. And when you think about those services asking you to pay $20 a month, that's really competitive and really good for you, because if you have to do it yourself, you won't have a life anymore. I mean, think about the work life balance that you want to maintain. And it's one of those things where I'm not just saying that you have to do this on a one time basis. You have to do this on a continuous basis, because some of those services, they actually monitor, they follow up with the takedown request every single month. Actually, they ask the website owners to actually make sure they keep your data off of their website. So if you have to do this yourself, that's really a lot of work. So when you compare and contrast how much time they're spending on a takedown request and how much you paying them, basically you have a pretty good deal. So what's the selection here? Aura versus My Data Removal versus ZeroFox. Which one should you go for this year? Our choice is pretty simple. Aura actually takes the lead here because ZeroFox is a little more B2B focused, whereas My Data Removal actually can do a lot better when it comes to comprehensiveness of offer, but also like the depth and breadth of offers is actually limited when it comes to My Data Removal. So the best player into this conversation is Aura. So bottom line here is that to this conversation, I spoke to you about Aura versus My Data Removal versus ZeroFox. I give you some information about the removal services, Aura, My Data Removal, and ZeroFox, the choice, the selection, and at the bottom line. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.